Start for Cerq, for sure. I mean, they will take it towards apartments. It's a good read here from Astralis Talent. Vigo there with the first trying to connect the shot, but it's kwezz to get the next few. Vigo and Void winning out the trace for Astralis Talent, having most of the players alive. Void barely surviving. Threat finally falls down after having 1 point of health, but bringing things back to a more equal standpoint. Vigo will be able to bounce back on to getting a kill against Lucky. But Kier, he's all by himself. He's got full health, and I don't think they know quite where he is. Now he's been spotted out, but that's going to be the headshot. Beautifully done for jump. And now he's here in time. Bomb going down. Altekz not pulling off the first trigger. Not taking up the first shot. Doesn't reveal this position, but here, all the timing. All the timing! Altekz, he's already in sight. Smoke to be thrown. Touches the bomb. He's got a kit. He'll stick it. I bet he'll stick it.
Oh no.
Pros don't fake, and Altekz is a pro of the best of them. Kier onto the B-bomb site, though the rotation from Gnøffe could come fairly soon. Twistzz finally pulling the trigger on the attack, but now the first shots do connect. Vesta with the first one, Kier with a quick return, but down to 4-on-4 as Vigo has been unspotted so far, pushing onwards, gets the spray down through, but a zip to get the kill on him. Gnøffe turns things around, already rotated onto the side, but it might be too little too late as the bomb is already going down. Prime with the AK, that long distance across CT will definitely favor him. But Astralis Talent, they're going to go for this.
Yeah, with Vigo out of the equation now, it has to be a full retake. 3 players coming in. Banana has been smoked out, but it doesn't matter because the terrorists, they're playing off of the site. Perfect timing. Prime will peek out. That's a shot for him, and zypztw will add 1 more to the tally. And as I say that, Prime picks up the final.
Came through early on. We saw that early third-man dedication coming through. Boost coming out. Kier spotting it out. He's probably smiling even harder right now because he realizes they're in a prime position to defend this bomb site. Coming in first, kwezz pushing onwards, getting a kill at that point, but now shortly we'll spot someone out. No, Vesta gets the first frag. Zib coming through, but Void can't connect the pieces with his USP, so it turns out they might not be able to hold it through, but Altekz is a ninja. He runs away with 2. Make that 3 as well. Altekz is there to hold. 10 seconds remaining in Prime. There's nothing he can do. He'll attempt it though. Pushing onwards, 5 seconds. Nothing, absolutely nothing he can do anymore because there's 2 players holding out in different locations, and that is Astralis Talent with a beautiful read and a half. Coming in through it, Kier will be the first to lead the charge. Whoa, through the smoke, Void caught off. Does he check the corner though? Altekz there and waiting, looking to be a ninja one more time. It looks like he's able to do so. Nearly with a second though, Zip shuts him out. Lucky as well joins in, but Gnøffe's got other ideas. 2 kills of his own. Smoke coming out. Lucky will look to push through it with a molly to follow out, but Gnøffe swings out. That was a little bit too wide. That was a little bit rough, and kwezz picks that kill. But that means that Vesta, he's in a 1v2 right now. The bomb yet to go down. As I say that, it does get punched in. The Vesta, this is not going to be an easy affair. He's able to run away with 1, swings out. Lucky! Oh, misses out on that shot, and that's going to be crucial because Vesta brings things right back around for Astralis Talent.
Even though Altekz's ninja didn't really work out, he did just enough damage and had them waiting.
Of plenty, that's a perfect molly for them. Smoke going to be drawn as well to solidify it, but Vesta will be on top, getting the first shell. It's Vigo to connect it once, and from below won't be able to do too much as Prime shuts him off, but just like that, it's Twistzz on the site, getting the bomb planted as well, and that at numbers disadvantage Astralis Talent, it's not likely they will try and go for this. They need a pick first. Without
Void gets away with an AWP. That is too much of a chance in the next round, regardless of the fact that their money's in there. They can still
taking their time with this one, yet again, fancying that B-bomb site. Already Kier aggressing onwards. The entry frag of this team is immense! He's blind, but he's able to connect the kill as well. Secondary frag for Kier. Now that is beautiful. That's surely going to bring another smile to his face. And that's going to be an easy bomb plant yet again. The name of the game for Astralis Talent right now, it's safe. Don't go for it. You cannot go for it.
It's probably the best case for it, but it's not like they've been doing anything too complicated. The most layers we've seen is maybe 1 fake.
From site, Altekz needs to be careful right now. Coming into short, coming from balcony as well. Multiple positions to fend from. And Void, he's the first man to get the kill. Zip, quick to react. Void on site still, not able to do too much after that. Zip for a second. Giraffe, Vigo, Prime to get another couple of kills. But that is a doubt 2v3. Pincer on site. They've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, Prime and zypztw, they need to hit these shots immediately, but Gnøffe coming out of the smoke will make it near impossible. A quick 2k for him to clean up the rest of the round. Astralis. 4th round for them will come through pretty comfortably. And that is off of the fact that they can pressure the Tricked Esports side with an AUG and immediately double down onto the site.
Site though, multiple players coming into this. Gnøffe there and waiting. It's the second time they're challenging this, but this time it's dry, without any smoke, without any flash. Zip is successful in getting the first frag. That could be the opener. Yet again, showing what they did before, but this time around, they're turning their attention towards round. They're turning their attention towards CT, trying to get the kill. Vigor's only good for one, but traded out shortly. But there's only one player left on the B bomb site in this Vesta and Cathedral. Flash being thrown. He's able to look away in time, but they're going to challenge it from multiple angles. Do they check that angle though? That's a little bit unorthodox. Precurious. Vesta there and waiting. Is it good for one? Traded out. Oh, second one as well. Vesta, he keeps the Astralis Talent in the game, and they could go for the post-plant retake.
Yeah, this double kill in Cerq completely changes everything, and Void getting a second frag means that it is a lot easier. kwezz, though, he's found a 2K. He might just get the 3, but Vester will deny it. He sticks onto the round. He clings to it like a spider. And grants Astralis that 5-5. Site now, though, lots of pressure coming their way. Short and long seems to be under full control.
This time, Tricked Esports not hesitating at all to get pushing already into the library, already in the backlines. But this time around, Astralis Talent have pretty much given away that extra player towards that A bomb site. Not the best weapon they can use, but Altekz, he's got a perfect weapon in that position. AUG only good for one, traded through. Vigo, they don't expect him. There's so many players already killed through from the A bomb site that they said, wait, we already killed 3 people. Why should there be a 4th? Well, there was one, but they were able to deal with him either way, and that pushed Tricked Esports.
Couple more rounds while they recuperate their losses, maybe recover some of the money of days gone. Correct on the clutches, and even the rounds they have gotten, they've been a bit too close for comfort. So right now, I don't think Tricked are too worried, except for this push, because Vigo has gone absolutely nuts. Coming down mid, that spray down is very, very successful. And now the CTs, they can play this to their own strengths. Tricked, quickly, getting desperate about getting onto the site. Altekz huddled up under the shelter now. The numbers get close to the equalizer, but it's not over just yet. Prime flashed out. Cat has to back off. Instead, opts to take another duel to get the equalizer eventually. Now, the terrorist side, they've somehow recovered from what Vigo had popped up.
Point. Molly throwing out a first. kwezz, quick smoke to follow through. He's going to push up onwards. Gets on a very high ground there. Getting a kill, and that puts them up on the defense. Vesta pushing onwards. Prime holding down his ground. Gnøffe all by himself, but he's pinched it in. Gets one kill, knows where the second one is, but he runs out of time. No kit in his hands. He won't be able to win this through. kwezz kills him off for good measure as well. The bomb will explode, but that is going to be the round going over to the side of Tricked. Completely free, and they also keep a flash on Altekz as well if need be, if they require it for the retake. And for some reason Altekz hasn't fallen. He's still alive. Tricked Esports, they know where they're coming from. They've left the player behind, lucky to kind of shut down Altekz if need be. Then that's exactly what happened. Gnøffe from boosted angle gets one kill with the other, so it is Astralis Talent winning some of these duels. Vesta getting another 2, bringing things back to 2-on-2, and Vesta brings things back for yet another one. 4 kills to his name. Can he make it? An ace he can! What a round there from the map, which means that there's no extra rotation to follow through from anywhere. So if they do actually end up committing to this bomb site, it does work out for him. Now, Altekz gets caught off guard, kwezz gets the kill, but the aim of the game here for Astralis Talent is to get pushing onto the B bomb site with lesser players. Coming into this one, Prime there and waiting, beautiful first shots, he's blind, he gets another kill! How does he do that? I do not know. Draws out a deagle once more, and Vigo is down. Now that is unlucky. Astralis Talent don't even get to see their opponents and they get mowed down.
This is the second round that this has happened. Astralis.
Oh, no, I love the guys, and of course they have emotions, they're humans. But Insidiary's throwing out mollies as well. Vesta waiting things out, completely flashed there. Everyone is shooting out in the dark, but somehow it works out in favor of Astralis Talent. They've got most of their players, and with another pick onto Lucky here, it would be perfect for them. That's exactly what happens. Vesta gets himself a kill, and yeah, that's going to be the free B bomb site open for them. With kwezz and Kier wondering and scratching their heads, okay guys, what on earth happened over onto B?
Yeah, kwezz and Kier. You can see that they did not blink into a possibility here. There's still a big round deficit, but with Void having an AWP, Yeah, the drops from the operation. Yeah,
The drop from the
nobody wants to
operation,
play with you. You can't play with the cool kids on the block with the Dopplers and whatnot, but Vester will be shutting down the...
Build this defense up as well. Coming in from Arch, coming in from Library, but do they know that Altekz is there and waiting? Lucky seems like he knows what's going on. Getting one kill on kwezz, still in this very good position, could catch many players off guard. Already getting one kill, does get traded through. Zip from site, getting one of his own, but Lucky from afar makes that AWP work. Vester joins in for one. Kier with the other. Zip on site, shuts it down, mowed it out, and these... Nothing at this point. Oh, but this is a very good position there from kwezz. Nearly catches someone off guard, but Void is there and waiting. That is crucial from Astralis Talent, and they've still got plenty of time to reposition if they'd want to. But right now, they can close out the rotations from Twistzz. They gain control of Long, gain control of Arch and Library. There's nowhere that Esports can come from apart from mid, but Lucky there and waiting, catches out Altekz. Bomb now has been exposed, and potentially a rotation could also come through from Twistzz, coming in from CT. And that's exactly what is going on. Pushing onwards, the CTs rotating their way back towards it. Gnøffe and Vigo getting a couple of kills. That's going to be the A-bomb site take. That's going to be the bomb plant. And that means that Esports don't have enough players to fend this off.
He doesn't want to stick to a second AWP. No need for that. It just makes the T side a lot trickier to play around. So
on their opponents, but right now they're aggressing onwards. The deagles could do potential quite a big amount of damage, though Lucky finds the first shot through, and it's the deagle to make it work. Nade coming out, but it's only 10 points of damage being inflicted onto Vigo. Follow-up, though, and Altekz and Vigo find themselves with half points of health. Vester getting another one. Prime with a quick trade through, but right now, it's Esports that comes ahead in those trades. Prime, he's been spotted out. They know he's in this corner. They know he's in this cubby. And Void will seek it through. Misses out on the shot. That's going to be costly. Oh, dear.
The reinforcements are arriving for the recovery. Kier coming in from Banana as well. Altekz flashbang is perfect. Gets a frag, but now he's in a 1v2 and needs to stop the 15 from coming through. Bomb is dropped within the smoke, so he needs to get a bit more aggressive. But the time is ticking down, and so is his life.
Yeah, neither have I, really. Injury's thrown out. Prime trying to hold down the line with the MP9. Looks like he's able to do so. It's getting a nice free kill from Prime and sets them up nicely. But they don't even need to be set up nicely. They only require this one round, but it's going to be crucial if they don't find any more kills. Zip is all by himself onto the site, trying to make it work with the spray down from afar, but doesn't quite go in his favor. Kier repositioning. Vigo gets the better of him, down to 3 points of health, but dies eventually through Lucky spray through the smoke. Down to 3-on-3. Nades being thrown all around as well. Mollies as well. Void is going to burn out unless he goes up aggressive, and he burns either way. Zip coming in with a pistol, not going to work out. Down to 2-on-2. Things are tricky and things are close.
Yeah, Lucky is moving in around the smoke. Vester needs to hit this shot. It's now down to a 1v2. Astralis with the lifeline. kwezz can still try to go for this. He has a Molotov, but he has no kit, so he needs to get shots in left and right. Gnøffe gets brought out of his position there, and kwezz is so low, but he's still going for it. No time remaining. Now, he'd have to get a headshot and immediately stick the bomb. There is a defuse kit on the ground, but regardless.
Aggression might come through from Kier. Already finds himself on the back line near Gnøffe. Let's turn our attentions to it. And Kier is able to kill off Gnøffe.
Thieves will start to make their move. A player in arches, and that's exactly where they're going. So they do have one lifeline. kwezz with a nice headshot onto Void. The deagles suddenly come to play. The second shot is missed, but it doesn't matter because it's set up perfectly for Twistzz to take this round with the deagles. Vigo, he will have to come up big. Stops the crouch peek. Lucky will fall. Looking for more kills now. The rotations coming in from Twistzz, and the T side need to get the bomb down within the next 30 seconds.
It looks like they have the bomb site control, so the bomb plant is possible, and it's exactly what happens, though. The wraparound coming in from Kier is going to catch them off guard. Yes, he loses a lot of health, but he's still in a troubling situation. kwezz shuts him off. It's Vester all by himself in that 1v4, and he comes in from behind. One kill found, maybe the second one. This is doable. The bomb is planted for him. Was it not? Not quite. Not exactly. He has to pick that angle. And now with the defuse coming in, there's no kit, but he makes it happen. There was a kit, and that is going to be Tricked. Winning on train. And Twistzz on T, going already towards Pop Dog. Vester spots him out, doesn't pull the triggers. Kier wasn't looking in the right direction for some reason, and that's going to be deadly for him. Already Astralis Talent on the front foot with that numbers advantage, but taking things slow, Twistzz still have plenty of time to decide what they want to do with this. They fall at the same time. Oh, they were expecting a flash, but that didn't come out. That's going to be costly. 1-4-1 trade in the end, so still a 3v4, still doable for Twistzz, but they need to find more frags to get themselves on site.
Yeah, flashbang to allow themselves into position. Void still playing from the back lines. He is crept up from Speedway, and Vigo is helping him on the case. Lucky, though, finds a headshot. kwezz and Lucky now very low HP. Lucky taken out of the equation. kwezz, last man standing, Glock in hand, or rather USB. But he's already found a frag. Can he get more? Unfortunately not. Vigo is there to be the
attacking side of Trick Esports. Starting things slow, but kwezz already finds himself in a little bit of a tricky situation. In the flames, in the nades, but it's Gnøffe to end off his life. Kier gets a kill of his own to equalize the scoreboard, but at the same time, the attempt for Trick Esports to get themselves on the backline of that A site doesn't work out, and that's going to be costly. Losing out on yet another trade just means that it's just that more likely that they will be losing out on this round.
Yeah, they had weaponry across the board, but no trades coming their way. With the exception of maybe Gnøffe being taken out of the equation, it's all down to Kier and Lucky to perhaps find a few duels here and there. Kier looking quite comfortable on the one-taps, and now it's actually equalized.
To be drawn Molly as well. Lucky to check his corner, but here it comes. Altekz, not going to work out for him. Lucky wins out on that trade.
I'm really surprised how they have nerves of steel in a 2v4 situation like that. The way Kier is going for one-taps, he finds it.
And you gain an advantage being a counter-terrorist, but the aggression coming up from Trick Esports, that's unprecedented. They're not going to expect it. kwezz is able to find one, but they're already on site. They're already pushing through. Molly's out on connector, and that's Vesta's block point. Enter. And I mean, Kier, he gets some damage across the board, but at this point, that is a bomb plant coming through. Zip coming in from above, could catch a player off guard, and that's exactly what happens. Altekz, he's out. 4 versus 4. AUG in the hands of Zip in this distance is absolutely amazing for him. If Astralis Talent want to come back from this, they need a pick. But with a Molly pincering them in,
at the very least, Astralis get to carry their guns forward and take it to the next round, but do they have kind of aggression? And maybe that's what we'll be seeing. Flashes to allow a player to move into Speedway, and we will see aggression from the CT side come around. Speedway players eliminated, 2 players have nestled themselves into B halls. So, right now, the CTs are playing to their strengths.
Yeah, that's the second time we see a player eliminated in Speedway for Trick Esports, and it's the second time that Astralis Talent were able to dominate upon it. This time around, though, there's some extra trades going on towards that B-bomb site. While Kier and kwezz do take a lot of damage, they're also the same thing could be said about Gnøffe. Vigo tries his luck this time around, and that does not work out for him. Kier there waiting with a bullet to the head as Lucky aggresses onwards. Swing coming out, Vesta shut down.
In their positions, the way they are right now, they gotta back off. There's no coming back into this. Generally speaking, you have an incredibly good idea of how you're going to approach the T side, because that's where a lot of the practice has to go through.
Play around it. They know how to play aggressive and switch up the tempo to confuse your opponents on the rotations. And Kier, with a nice little spray down, catches out Gnøffe. Now, that is one lucky, but also at the same time, meaning that he's got a fair bit of game knowledge coming into this one, obviously, as Trick Esports.
3v3. Lucky manages to isolate the duel on the opposing Opper. Void will meet his maker very soon, and Vigo will join him. Altekz. This is a tricky spot to be in, AUG in hand, playing off of the bomb site, and because he fires off a few bullets, he's immediately given away his position. Now, he's getting sandwiched, and eventually, Lucky.
Talent, they haven't got much money in the bag. They've got deals, and look at this aggression.
Oh, it's not going to work out because of how passively Lucky played it.
The smokes and flashes heading onto the site. There's not much room here for Astralis Talent to do anything. These long distances are going to favor the riflery of Tricked, but as I say that, the pistols win out on trades. Vigo already with 2 enemies. That Lucky is all by himself. How did that happen? Out of nowhere, that's for sure. Tech9 drawn out so he can do damage to the lower health players, but he did not expect Void. He did not expect...
How do they play this around? Void has gotten incredibly aggressive, but so has kwezz. He's crept into the enemy lines. He's right behind the smoke, and he might even get an opportunity for a second kill because he is still huddling around the smoke. Vigo takes a few shots in the backpack, and in the meantime, kwezz is cooking up a mean soup off of the backs of CTs. 3 versus 3 now. Zips and kwezz somehow, even though kwezz had gotten incredibly aggressive, they've still not come out on top. Gnøffe, a pixel has been spotted, so Prime is happy to capitalize.
But it looks like he's holding out the right angle. He could be in trouble. He needs a headshot desperately. Altekz winning out his trade over to that side of things, but Kier wins it out on B. That's going to be the B opening, and that's going to be Altekz in a little bit of a pickle right now. 1v2. For the bomb part, it does go down a default position. Altekz, what can you bring out? Coming out from the long side of things, mate.
A Molotov to keep them on their feet on inner, but this is too tough of an angle to crack. Kier finally comes.
Nice little lineup with the deagles though, but it's even nicer for Trix. So many riflery coming through.
Oh,
But
no.
line up for Gnøffe. That's going to be a two-piece for him. Lucky.
Where will they find these duels? Avoid is the big point of contest. He's the big man on the hand cannon. The bullets will connect, but not quite enough. Zips on 8 HP, but he's still too far from the win. There is HP out the wazoo for the CT side, and this AUG won't make it any easier. kwezz gets taken down, and that just leaves Lucky and Zips both low on HP to try to clutch this out. 20 seconds as well. Lucky finally finds a frag, but it is still too much damage on the terror side. Vester, he's found the duel, and so has. I think they're very interested on B.
It looks like they are, but Altekz is there and waiting. Flashed out completely and falls out from the chance to get a kill as Prime just deletes him. Bullet straight through the eyes, and Kier does aggress forwards, gets another kill. So even before the bomb does get planted, they move across that B bomb site.
NaVi will be switching it over, and he will be passing over the op to Void because that is their primary opper. But still, it's still not enough weaponry.
It is rough. Twistzz doing a stellar job so far on the T side on what would be one of the most CT-sided maps, and Lucky out of that, as I praise them, manages to make a wonder shot come through, but Vester looks to get excited, looks to get greedy. On the smoke, what a swing! What a shot onto Kier, but is that going to be good enough? On house as well. Slowly easing their way. Twistzz, they've got time to rotate, but they're not going to do just that. Vigo is going to push through. AUG a handout. Altekz winning out on his trades. Prime keeps his team in the game. Not much health remaining on the two remaining Astralis players. And plenty of timing that Twistzz can rotate. But this is a little bit too close for comfort.
Vigo and Altekz, they're so low on HP. If Vigo can get the drop on Prime at just the right timing, that could work out, but Prime, he's got the literal drop instead. Oh, this nade has to be it, doesn't it? Ouch.
Ooh. Kobe.
Something better.
Ooh, nice segue, like that. Oh, beautiful. But Vester looks to get aggressive. Oh, doesn't even have a chance to react. kwezz already up on speedway, getting his self some vengeance, and Void and Vigo trying to make things happen. kwezz chiming in, Lucky getting a kill, but finally kwezz connects the shot, meaning that Twistzz do have the advantage in this one. Void sticking around though, getting an alternative angle into this, behind the smoke, crying above, but Prime makes his way behind them. And that is painful. I think Astralis Talent are seeing this round fall away, crumbling out of reach. So Altekz keep things at check. 1v2, not much health remaining, but the bomb does get planted within reach. Peeking out, but Lucky there and waiting. That's going to be the night for Trick.
Zips is going to have a task and a half on his hands, gets a bit of damage, backs off, and now they're trying to huddle around the smoke. They're trying to pierce through it, but Zips is taking advantage of Prime, finds a kill in ladder, and they will get another opportunity towards a main, and Lucky's taking a shot as well, but he still comes out on top, and Void will fall. Valiant effort from them, because Prime and Lucky, they both have been tagged down to 2 points of health, and it seems to be the case all across the board. These headshots are connecting, but the lives are being taken away, and now they have to go through a 2 versus 4 where Prime and Lucky are incredibly low, so they can still make it work. Vester, he's come around the corner, and he's taken out a very healthy player, so now this is suddenly doable.
This is very doable. kwezz is the only player with full health. The rest, 2 points of health. The bomb does go down as well. Vester and Altekz, good chance, but they need clean headshots here. Deliver. There we go. I called it, and Lucky delivers. Vester from above now. He's the sole entire player that has to deal with this one. Finding one kill, not going to be good enough. 2 players remaining and plenty of time to get defuse in.
Yeah, especially with the defuse kit. If there wasn't a kit, then I think Astralis would have had a way better chance, but you can stay cool as you're playing the games.
But
man,
let's see if
Astralis, they're going to have to try to
cool.
keep their cool here.
Yeah, coming into this one, they'll try and get some kills already. Vester and Vigo do make their mark into this, but let's see if they can carry things onwards. Gnøffe taking a low as he just take out Zip. Making their way onto the A side, they won't be greeting much luck. They'll be greeting bullets instead. Lucky chimes one into Gnøffe. No, Gnøffe. I don't know why I call them Goof. But Lucky gets himself again. 1v1, but the spray down favors him instead. And that's going to be Twistzz with yet another.
They'll be waddling into B now with 3 players. They haven't quite taken control, but Gnøffe, at least he's set them up for success with 2 kills for him. Zips and Prime will take on an early death.
They do indeed, and they are at the back foot right now, but they do have quite of a hefty advantage on their opponents. Hefty lead, double their amount of rounds that kept the bomb from getting to that end goal, to that end destination. Which and with losing the trade against Gnøffe, it means that Kier finds himself in a little bit of a precarious situation. It is tight. It is difficult. Astralis Talent, they did an excellent job in starting things off this early, and it's Gnøffe all the way. He's got 4 kills in the bag right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he'd want to go for the full.
For this timer to take down. Let me just quickly open up your profile. It's X-Warrior, right?
Yeah, it is. Please
oh
don't.
no, I'm gonna have to look at this. I'm gonna have to.
Tricked, hold them at bay, knowing there's some movement coming through, but Kier won't be greeting anyone with damage. Instead of that, Lucky opened things up with a kill of his own.
Replicate that. A smoke comes out to allow them to walk into the back of sight. Altekz finds a kill through the smoke. That is an important kill because they've taken Zips out. Kier uses the verticality to peek around the smoke, but all...
Punching in the numbers now, Vigo. Pulling it through. Different directions where CTs will come from. kwezz already winning out on this trade. Lucky as well. Every single player won their trade in that regard, but it's up to Prime now to show his worth. Gnøffe, he's hiding away so far, hasn't shown any signs of existence, and the bomb is parted for him. Lines it up, but Prime, yeah, he needs to chime in. Every single one of players of Tricked getting the retake onto that site managed to get a kill. Not only that, they get themselves hefty lead.
They're feeling very good about this. They want to take it to that win early on. Lucky. His aggression won't be paying off, though, as Vester is ready and waiting with an AK. Second player comes out. Second peek is unexpected. The unpredictability leads to a free kill for him, and now it's a 4 versus 4. Kier has to do the heavy lifting here all by his lonesome on the bomb site itself, but reinforcements will be joining him soon. Peeking around the trains, Kier should find a duel, but before he does, his Molotov will precede him. Now, it's all a matter of whether or not Prime finds this frag. He does, but immediately traded out 3v2.
Indeed, Tricked Esports with the upper hand in this situation. It gets a little bit more difficult for them as Vigo falls as well. I mean, Void, what can you do, poor man? All by himself. Bomb at hand. 2 players coming in from behind, and they shoot him in the head as well.
That is hard to come back from.
You know, it's not all over until we see them on that 15th, 16th round, but Vester brings things back again. Dagger in his team so far. It seems like it from the first 2 maps. But Zip pushing onwards will look to equal things out. Only good for 1, but Kier there to retrade it. Means that they do have equalized the standings a little bit, but that doesn't last long, does it? Void is able to square a kill in his favor. Lucky is all by himself, and he's on the other side of the map as well. So I
go without a fight. Maybe we can queue sometime and I'll help you boost those stats, but for now, Astralis are looking to boost their scoreline on the board. If they lose that, if they don't have full utility and they lose that, then Astralis can start falling down a slippery slope and be given up that double-digit mark.
No real reason to really make risks at this point. Look at this. Smoke's being thrown out on B. They know there's something going on, but there's 2 players there and waiting. There is a deagle onto Zip. Let's see if we're going to make it happen. He's able to find one, quickly traded through by Vigo. Line up, USP making things work for kwezz, but the kills do come through from Lucky as well. This is doable from Tricked. Down to half HP, but nonetheless, he's able to catch him off guard. He's being a sneaky man. It does get shut down finally, but down to 13 points of health. With Kier and Lucky closing in the gap around them. Shot connected to him from Kier. Trick find themselves on map and Cerq. Coming out from Astralis Talent to figure out how they want to approach this round at the end. But still, 1 player sticking around that area, but Zeb is able to win the trade onto Gnøffe. That's going to be a good advantage for Trick to close this one out. I wouldn't call it just over just yet. We've seen comebacks come through yesterday, but I think this may be a little bit too out of reach. Let's see this one coming through. Prime able to find a kill onto Void, but it is traded out in the end. Vigo invests to make things happen. Down to 2v2 as Altekz gets himself on the board. All of a sudden, things look a little bit more doable. The bomb is dropped, and it is under control over kwezz right now. Stays in trouble. We can hear the commotion. Spotted out through the smoke. A little gap through it makes it work. They've turned things around. Turntables. Lucky in a 1v2 right now. This is doable for Astralis Talent.
Oh, but it's also doable for Lucky. That's the problem. He's found the drop on Altekz. Now, they both know each other's positions because he spotted Altekz on the way out. Now going all the way around for the wraparound. Coming in from connector, Vester, he has the right idea. But who pulls the trigger first? Vester he still has 2 angles to check. Lucky just needs to hit Vester with 1 shot with a deagle. He almost gets it, but doesn't quite press mouse. 1 Vester. Astralis will have to do something similar.
Vigo and Vester have been stepping up, but how much more can they do that? Can they keep sustainably pushing back? Because right now, it's a 1-for-1 trade, which does somewhat favor the T's. Scratch that. Altekz comes out on top. Gnøffe with the flick will take the head off of Lucky to step in as well. But right now, he's staying far, far away from the battlefield, just peeking out a helmet.
The game as they would have liked and not a fashion that would be more comfortable to them, but yeah, kwezz a little bit too far out of reach.
144 on monitors, which is a lot slower than what Red Magic has to offer, but while we're talking about speed, Vester has already crept forward and made it very expensive for Lucky. The AWP out of the hands of the CTs. Vester is so far into it, he is behind enemy lines, he is behind the smokes, and now he's tucked himself into a position where he can do a lot more damage, but zypztw wants to stop this right in their tracks. They are cuddling at this point. They're in this awkward stalemate, but zypztw will finally put an end to it.
Does indeed. 3 versus 3. This is a lot more doable here from Cerq Esport. This time around, they spot, but he comes up from the train instead. He's up. kwezz, can he notice him? Or he does, and that's not going to be good for Void. But Cerq, they're moving up around him. The bomb has been dropped right in front of him, and they know exactly what's going on. Peeking through, he's able to find the first kill, but right from behind, Cerq Esport